All right, guys. Hi. Our first team hangout here, and I'm so excited to start officially branching out and doing kind of our own team thing. Um, in addition to our Sunday night opportunity call and to our Monday night team call, overall team call. So this is just you guys and this is my team. Like anyone that's under me, this is for our team. So if you guys have people that are wanting to get their products free or wanting to run with this contest or wanting to just see the community or be a part of the community, invite them to these things. Okay. So we're going to do them every Wednesday at 8:30, unless, something comes up, or looking ahead, we'll be out of town or anything. So is it next? I was going to tell you, and I have my calendar closed. 2 weeks away from 18th. The 18th, we will not have a Wednesday night call. Okay. That's the only one this month that we will not have. The rest we will have, and it'll be on the calendar on Wednesdays. Okay. So I'm gonna jump right in because I want to keep this recording under 30 minutes, hopefully. And if anyone on here doesn't have a person that you invited that didn't show up, send it to them. Okay. But I wanted to start doing these because I wanted to develop a team culture. And when I say team culture, I wanted to do something just a little different. I'm from a small town. A little bit about me. I'm from Kansas. I now live in Texas. If you don't know me, I have been with Plexus for 4 years now, and I started for the products. I started because I had IBS, and I started sharing that month. I had just had a miscarriage. I was depressed. I was a teacher at the time, and I started sharing that following month that I joined. I started in June, I started sharing in July, and I quickly found the income side of things, and I quadruple ranked to senior gold in 1 month. And so I made $4,000 in 1 month. And I don't say that to woohoo, look at me. I say that to say it's possible. I say that to say that is not the norm. So don't come in thinking you're gonna quadruple rank. That is not the norm at all. I also lost that very, very quickly because I didn't know how to take care of all those customers that I did have. And so I had to learn how to rebuild. I had to learn a lot about mindset. And so I had to learn a lot about leadership. And so that is a big part of the reason that team culture is just so important to me. Coming from a small town, I had a small group of friends, and now I still have a small group of friends. But my Plexus team, and if you've been here for a while, Danny, Alex, Charlie, some of you girls, Emmy, y'all know that my team means the world to me. And if we could all live in the same town, I would be that mama that would be like, okay, everyone come to my house for these meetings. And that's what we would do. We would have a big taco bar, and we'd have margaritas, and we would that's the type of team culture that I want. And so when you see like fun themed things, that's me trying to bring that out. So we may have like a pajama night. We may have like bring your favorite drink or mocktail night. Like that's just me trying to bring our team culture and close knitness together, because when we do see each other in person or we do get on a cruise ship together, we can actually feel like we've done it before. Okay. So, little bit about me too. After I had gotten started a month later, it was in August, I got pregnant with our miracle baby. So the products not only helped me with my health, they helped me to get pregnant after a miscarriage. They helped me to bring in an extra stream of income. And the first thing that I ever earned was actually a leadership contest, just like the one that just opened up this month. That was the first thing I earned. And I remember going on that $2,000 shopping spree. I had never, ever, 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 guys, like I grew up in a trailer. I grew up in a small town. I grew up not having a lot. I worked for everything I had. I put myself through college, bought myself my first vehicle. Like when I was given that $200 to just go spend it on whatever, for me, I could not believe it. Like I stood in the store with my husband, and they were like pushing me to all these places because they're like, you've got to go shop. Like you got to go. And I had never felt like that before. Like, oh my gosh, like this is real cash. Like this is real money. This is real. And I'll just never forget like that feeling of being able to pick out a not barefoot, what is that? Blanket, like it's the Barefoot Dreams jacket. I still have it. It's a camo one. That thing is so soft. I wore it one time because I'm afraid to get it dirty. It's in my closet. I gotten these Uggs 4 years, guys. These things are 4 years old. I got them on that shopping spree. So I want to earn this other shopping spree so I can get a new pair of Uggs. But it was the first pair of Uggs I ever got. Just name brand things that I never have gotten in my life that I was able to get because of Plexus. And so we have really cool incentives that allow you to get something that maybe you've never gotten before, or maybe just something that makes you feel good, right? A lot of the times, moms or just women in general, we tend to put ourselves on the back burner. We put our kids first, we put others first, we put our families first. And sometimes we don't give ourselves the things that we really truly want. And so each month, Plexus always has some type of cool incentive to just be like, hey, thank you for what you do. And so this month, it just happens to be a skylight calendar. If you've never heard of it, go look it up. It's really freaking cool. I really want one. I have no idea where I'm going to put it on my wall, but I'm going to find room. Like, I'm going to find room. That thing is cool. I won't know how to do it and how to work it. I don't even know how to run that Ninja Creamy that I got from Plexus, but hey, we're trying. Okay. So, I have notes here, so that's what I'm looking down. So these next 4 months, you have to earn this cruise. Okay. So if you don't know, I'm shouting it out there again. We have a leadership contest that just opened this month, and you have 4 months to earn it. All of y'all on here should be saying, cruise, earn it. How do I earn it? Okay. And I want us to focus on a word as a team culture here. I want us to focus on a word, and that word is growth. Growth. It doesn't matter how small, how big, if you get the cruise, if you get the shopping spree, if you get incentives here, if you don't get incentives there, growth is the goal. Okay. Type in the chat if you are wanting to earn this cruise. I want to see. Yes. Yes, growth. I love it. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So when I say, those of you that are saying yes to earning this cruise, and you're here on this call and you work this month, you work October, November, and December, 4 full months, you will earn that cruise. You will. Okay. And what's really cool is you get to bring a guest. You get to bring a guest. So if you plug into these types of things, you get the encouragement. You do what we say to do. You help people get started on their health journey. You help keep them and help them see results. You help them help other people, and you help lead people. You're going to earn it. Okay. So I'm going to talk about 4 things that I have on my list about this cruise ship. Okay. About this word growth that we're focusing on. Okay. And the first one is mindset, because mindset is huge. We always say in this business, it's 80% mindset, 20% skill, and we are not lying. Okay. How many times in life have you done something, but then talked yourself out of it, or wanted to do something and talked yourself out of it? Right? Raise your hand. Yeah. Maybe you have, woken up and you're like, oh gosh, I just didn't sleep good. So the rest of your day is ruined. How many of you had that happen? Okay. How many of you have, there's so many different scenarios, right? Said, oh, I can't do that. I could never do that, or I won't be able to do that. I have, right? That is mindset. That is your mind trying to tell you you can. That is the devil trying to say, no, you won't, but you can. Okay. 80% mindset, 20% skill. So what you're telling yourself in this business matters. What you're telling yourself between these 2 things right here, these years matters. Okay. So I want you to ask yourself, what are you telling yourself about your business right now? Are you saying, oh, I will never earn that cruise? She'll earn that cruise. I won't earn that cruise. Then you won't. Okay. Are you saying, I'm going to work my booty off and I am going to earn that cruise? Then you will. Guarantee you, 100% you will. Okay. But what you focus on expands too. I always say that. what you focus on expands. We were taking a walk the other day with me and my two boys. We were walking barefoot in the street, and I just kept telling them, we were repeating it. I just kept saying, what you focus on expands, what you focus on expands. And I made them say that a couple of times, and they have no idea what I was talking about. But we were talking about goals. And I was just kind of telling them about some of the goals that I had, and I made them each tell me a goal. And I feel like when you involve your family and you involve your kids, it just makes it special. It does. And even if they don't know quite what you're talking about, at least you involved them. At least you had a conversation with them. At least they feel involved too, right? When they see mama working on her phone, or they see mama doing something on a computer, on these calls even, right? And they curl up in your lap, they're saying, oh, my mama's working. She's not just scrolling TikTok. She's not just buying things and saying, hold on, hold on. She's saying, no, mama's going to work for about 5 minutes and then I will be right there with you. Okay, baby? Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what you need, right? It's those intentional moments that you have with them, and tell them about what you're doing. Okay, tell them, hey, I am really working hard to bring in an extra stream of income so we can go on blank. Okay, maybe it's a really cool trip that you have planned for them, right? Whatever that may be. What are you listening to and reading as well? One of the books, I have it right over there. It's called The Gap and the Gain. If you haven't read it, read it. Changed my life completely. I was living in the gap a lot, especially in my business, especially in my marriage, especially just in general. I thought negatively. And so therefore it put me in the gap. And guys, I stayed in the gap. When you read that book too, you're going to realize the difference of, we all will fall in the gap occasionally. We all have gap moments. And what that means is just we sometimes fall down, right? We have those feelings of, oh, we failed, or oh, I just got slapped in the face, right, with life, or we hit a bump. But you can feel those things for about 5 minutes, is what it says in the book, and then get back out of that and get back into the gain and keep living life. Because if you stay down, that's right where the devil wants you. I'm going to keep saying that a lot. That's where he wants you, and that's where he's got his strain on you. And you need to break free from that, right? So what are you listening to and reading? If you have any good recommendations, put them in the chat so people can see them, okay? And then in our team chat afterwards too, if you have any good recommendations, share them, okay? Another one, oh gosh, that I was reading, it's about leadership. Oh gosh, I can't even think right now. I'll share the books that I have. But number 2, the second thing, we said 80% mindset. The other one is 20% skill, right? So the number 2 thing that we're going to talk about on the list is skill set. Okay. This can be learned. So let's say you are starting brand new here, or maybe you've been here for a while and you're like, oh, where do I even begin to earn this cruise, or jump into this contest, or do what she does, or share on social media, or get uncomfortable? Like, how do I even do those things? Let me tell you, it can be learned. We all had a day one. I had a day one. It was sloppy. It was scary. Guys, let me tell you a story. Today, I made no-bake cookies, and I had to ask my mom for the recipe because I love her recipe. I searched Pinterest for one. I'm like, oh, just let me ask my mom. So I got the recipe and I went to the store, got the things. Well, for some odd reason, I just thought cocoa, y'all, I got Nesquik, the chocolate, like whatever. So I made the first batch like that with that stuff. I don't ever drink chocolate milk. So I got that. That was a fail. So I was like, okay, we're gonna try this again. And my boys, I kid you not, I'm gonna post in my stories after this. They were helping me too. And so the next one, and I'm not a good cooker. So if y'all expected to come over to my house, it would be ordered out. I'm not a good cooker or baker, obviously. So the second time I was like, oh, I'm gonna try stevia. Like, oh, it's gotta be healthy. Like, oh, we had it in the cupboard. I never baked with it, but it says good for baking. So I try stevia instead of sugar. Get those cookies out, get them all made. They tasted awful. Like, I was even putting sugar on top of them to see if it would be better. No. So I was like, okay, guys, third time's a charm. Let's try this, guys, to my boys. And so we did it exactly. I didn't double the batch like I did the other 2. So I wasted a lot of cookies those first 2 batches. I doubled both of those. This third one, I didn't double it. I did it exactly like it. I used regular sugar, not stevia, and they turned out right? I learned something through those 3 processes tonight. And I was like, I've got to share this with the team. So it's things like that. You just learn as you go. And we have beautiful resources, but guys, laugh at yourself. Like, I wasn't like, oh, screw the cookies. Like, we're done making cookies. My boys would have been like, oh, I really want cookies, or can you take us to get a cookie? Right. But I'm like, no, let's learn. Let's go through this. Let's still measure. Like, they got a lot of measuring and a lot of chances to each do some things today. Right. And guess what? They really like these third batches of cookies, and so do I. And so we're probably going to eat a little bit more than we need to. But skill set can be learned, okay? What makes you uncomfortable? I want you to put it in the chat. What's something right now about Plexus, or about doing the business side of things, or about maybe getting your products covered? Like, what about it, or Plexus, or even this community, like being on a call like this? What makes you nervous? What makes you uncomfortable? Haley, that's okay. Day 365 restart. That's cool. What is something? Who wants to be bold and share it in the chat? Getting out of my comfort zone, talking in my stories and telling my story. Love this. And guys, a big one for people, putting myself out there for people to judge or talk. A lot of people, the number one objection when we start is, what will people think of us? What will they say when I post that? Or, oh my gosh, they're critiquing my makeup. Or, oh my gosh, they see me with no makeup on, and they see I'm broke out and I don't have a face full of makeup on. It don't matter. We're critiquing ourselves more than them, right? And if they're on watching you, then you have something to show, right? You have something to, be proud of, because they're not out there doing that. They're probably out there just scrolling, and they're not making an income off their scroll. I always tell people too, I'm like, their thoughts of you and what you post or what you share, it doesn't pay your bills. I don't sleep with your man. And I forget the other one. Jill always says these. Yeah. Listening to negative talk, sharing and talking to big humans. Yeah. And these are all big fears that we have, right? They're normal to feel too. So if you're feeling these things, or you're afraid to get out of your comfort zone, we are going to start a little challenge tonight. We're going to start a little challenge. Whatever you said in the stories here, or not the stories, the comments here, I want you to do that. I want you to do that for the next 6 days. Challenge. So if you accept it, put challenge accepted in the comments. I want you to do that for the next 6 days. Okay. And see if you die. God, please no one die. But please, seriously, but you're not going to die. Okay. You're going to be just fine. No one's going to be like, oh my gosh, Danny, I cannot believe you posted that. Right? Oh my gosh, Corey, I can't believe you posted that. Right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe she's sharing that. Right? Who cares? Do it anyway. Do it scared. Right? Do it scared. If your little, say you have a kid. Okay, there's a lot of mamas on here. Say you have a little boy or a little girl that comes up to you, your child, and says, Mama, I'm afraid to go up to this kid at school that he looks like he needs a friend at lunch, but he's sitting all alone. Would you say, oh yeah, don't sit by that kid. Like, go sit over there. Don't be don't get uncomfortable and go sit by that kid. Like, stay in your comfortable, stay over here. Or would you say, then go be a friend, right? To make a friend, you have to be a friend. Go sit with that kid, right? Go have a conversation with that kid. Say, hey, you want to play with me at recess, right? We encourage our kiddos all the time to get uncomfortable. Why not us? Why not us? Okay. So think of that when you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm afraid to do that, or I'm uncomfortable to do that. Think about if it was your kid and they were telling you they were uncomfortable with something like that. Would you tell them, no, it's okay. Just don't do that then. Or would you say, no, go be brave, right? We always tell them that, go be brave. I tell my kid that every day, go be brave, go be brave. Okay, so that's your challenge the next 6 days. The third thing is 4 pillars. So in Plexus, there's 4 pillars. Okay, we talk about these all the time. There is recruit, you're bringing people in, you're helping customers get started on their health journey. There's retain, we're going to keep them happy, we're going to keep them seeing results, we're going to keep them consistent. Then there's the third one, which is duplication. That's helping them help their audience, their circle of friends. That's helping them earn a paycheck. That's helping them get their products free. And then there's the fourth one, which is leadership. which is going to play a part in all of those 4 things, but it's going to be growing your mindset. It's going to be growing the skill set. It's going to be coming to team chats. It's going to be plugging into the source. We plug this in every night, right? What are you plugging yourself into every day? Because if not, you're going to be low on energy. It's the same thing with your plexus business or just in general. If you're not plugging yourself in, think of your devotional, for instance, or your time with Jesus or the Bible. Think about how that makes you feel, right? Or if you haven't gone to church in a while, same thing. Okay. Plug yourself into the source. So those are the 4 pillars of our business. So I was reading what I said on there. Okay, so I made little points for those 4 pillars. Sorry, I forgot I said this. So the recruit. So as a team here, remember we're talking about team culture here as a team. Okay. Recruit. Our goal each month, I want you guys to write this down, and it's my goal and it should be yours too, is to help 3 to 4 people every single month, brand new. Okay. Because when you do that, you are constantly going to be bringing in new people, new faces, people to our community. Okay. Because no matter the customer care you do, some people are going to quit. Some people are going to not be consistent. They're not going to respond to you even after they click join. So constantly bringing in new people, because that's what we're here to do, is help people on their journeys. Just like we have our own journeys, we're helping people. And you're also, if you bring in those 3 to 4 people each month, you're going to earn whatever incentive Plexus does, because that's what they focus on, is 3 and 4. Okay. So 3 to 4 new VIPs each month. Retain. I put on here weekly check-ins, seeing results, consistency. So when you get those 3 to 4 people or VIPs each month, it's important that we retain them. We keep them around, right? We plug them into our systems. We send them the getting started guide. I'm going to go into that a whole nother, this whole next Zoom is going to be about our onboarding system. So we're going to have different trainings and stuff like that. Okay. But retaining is going to be maybe writing them a thank you note, checking in with them weekly, helping them see results, being that friend or that customer care person that you would want someone to be to you. Okay. And then for duplicate, this is my goal and this is what I want y'all's goal to be. And if you do this, you guys are going to earn this cruise. And it is create 1 silver each month. And if you don't know what silver means, it's help 1 person on your team help 3 people. That will help them get their products free, plus a couple extra $100 for spending or whatever they want to use it on. Okay. I definitely need help with retain and duplicate. Yep. We're here to help. And that's what we're here. And that's what we're going to be doing more of in my chat, more for these calls. It's going to be about helping each other with things we need. Okay. And then the 4th one was lead, plugging into calls. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. So I want y'all to plug into these Wednesday calls. I want you to plug into our Sunday 15-minute opportunity calls. Okay. I want you to plug into our Monday night meetups. You don't have to watch all of them live. Okay. Our gold call on Monday at 12:30. You can watch the recordings on some of them. All they're there for is for you to be able to plug into and get some knowledge, right? Get some help in areas that you may need help in, so that you can go and help your team. Okay. But I will tell you this, if you want to lead a team, if you want to make a comment in your check, you have to show up to the things or your team won't show up to the things. If you're not posting, your team's not going to post. If you're not sharing in your stories, your people aren't going to share in their stories, because why should they? Right? You're telling them, hey, post in your stories, post, do this post, plug in here. But when they do and they don't see you doing it, then where's the credibility? You know what I mean? So you have to be a leader if you want your team to be a leader too. And then lastly, the 4th thing is momentum and excitement. That starts with you guys. Okay. Each of us have our own responsibility. This is your business. Your name is on the back office. You are in control of creating that excitement and that momentum on your team. Now, I'm a hype girl. If you need me to come in and be like, ooh, rah, let's go. I'll play you a little beatbox song. Like I will dance. I will do all the things. I will show up on your doorstep. I can get crazy. I can do all the things. I can do all the things. But when push comes to shove, it is you that has to create that momentum, that growth. Remember, that's our word these next 4 months on your team. Okay. If you aren't excited when you're talking in your stories, then you're probably not going to have people that come to you with excitement. Okay. If you're not sharing about your journey, not someone else's journey, okay, your journey, then people aren't even going to know where you're going or where you're headed. I always use this example too. People want to get into a car with someone that knows where they're going, right? They do not want to get into a car with a stranger or someone they don't know. Even us getting into Ubers, right? Who's afraid sometimes to get into an Uber? Me. I'm always like, hey, you want to go in the Uber with me? Like, let's buddy up, right? We want to get in a car with someone that knows where they're going. So that momentum and excitement starts with you. Okay. So Jill has shared about the post, share, do, learn, all with excitement, which will create momentum. Okay. If you post, do it with excitement. If you share, do it with excitement. If you're doing like having a three-way message with someone, if you are doing a live event, do it with excitement. If you're learning, do it with excitement. Not, oh gosh, here I got to open this book again and read so I can learn some things, right? No, it's I'm opening this book. I may read only 2 paragraphs and then I may close it for the day, and that's good, right? At least you did it. At least you opened the book, but you do with excitement, right? You're like, oh gosh, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to read this book and I'm going to do it with excitement so that I can take some knowledge in and then I can go pour it out to someone else, whether it's on my stories or my team, right? Do it with excitement, do it with momentum, and that momentum is just going to keep on building. Okay. And then rising leaders. Okay, before we go, I think I have a little time before this thing closes off. Yeah, 9 minutes. Okay, where will you be in 4 months? Okay, I want you to write this down too. So you have 4 months. Where will you be? What's the rank you want? What will your team look like? And I was going to do this exercise, but we'll have to probably do it another time. But you can do it tonight if you want. Close your eyes even and think about where you'll be in 4 months. Think about a year from now, where you would be in 4 months or even a year from now if you do the things we're sharing with you to do. If you create an extra stream of income that brings in 500, 1,000, 3,000, $5,000. Y'all, I will be bold and tell you, my check was $8,000 last month. Biggest check of my life I've ever gotten in 1 month. Ever. Ever. I still am in shock. But you know what I'm going to do? Pay it back. So get ready for prizes. Get ready for incentives from me because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to give more. We gave more to our church this Sunday. It's just things that we want to do, right? And so think about those things that you want to do a year from now. Where could your family be? Where could you be? Okay? Where could your business be? And then get visual with it. Charlie shared a beautiful layout of her goal for gold this month. She had sticky notes on her wall, right? She had a visual of that. I did that when I was going Emerald too. When we were going Emerald as a team, I had sticky notes, that countdown. I involved people. I also involved everyone on my stories the other day and told them that I was going to bring 10 of my teammates on this cruise. So I'll put that out there. So who you 10 going to be? Okay. Put your goals out there, get bold with it, be a little scared doing it. But when you do it, you're going to be like, okay, now I've got to do it, right? I can't let them down, right? And do the sticky note thing. It's so much fun. Do a vision board. I have a vision board right here that I need to redo. It's time. I told my husband that the other day. I said, it's time for a new vision board. Do a new vision board and involve your family. Sit down on the table and get your kids, if you have kids, involved and do a vision board of where you want to be in 4 months. Do the cruise on there, who you're bringing on the cruise, right? Maybe where you want to be in a year from now. What's that rank? What's that income? Maybe you want to, get a new car or pay off debt or, whatever it may be. Everyone's so different. Okay. Last thing before we go is this Plexus workbook. It is in my team chat. This, if you're wondering when you sit down what to do, this has it all laid out for you. It has a tracker. It has all the things. Let me know in the chat if you have it printed out already. But if you haven't, it's not too late. It even gives you daily tasks that you can do. Okay. But it's beautiful and it gives you just a layout and a run through of everything that you'll need. I'm loving the workbook, printing it tomorrow. Yes. Okay. I think that's it. I kind of went through it fast. I know. Do y'all have any questions? If you do, type them in the chat or be bold and share. But guys, I'm excited for these next 4 months. I was excited to do my own team call. It's something that's uncomfortable for me. And guess what we have to do to grow? We have to get uncomfortable. And y'all are going to hear me share a lot of uncomfortable things with you, get vulnerable with you. And I want the same thing from you guys. I want us to be able to talk. And not just about business or Plexus. I want us to be able to talk like we're sisters. I want us to be able to come to each other when we have an issue, when maybe, you want to complain about your husband doing something like, oh gosh, here he goes again. He's complaining that I didn't do the dishes. We're going to say, well, first of all, go give that man a kiss because he worked all day for you. And then second, okay, we understand. Right? No, but we love our husbands. Anyway, they can be a pain in our rear, but seriously though, we're here to encourage you. We're here to uplift you. We're here to pray for you. Guys, these next 4 months, you're gonna fall down. You're gonna stumble into hard roads. You're gonna hit a roadblock. You're gonna not hit the rank. You're not gonna hit the goal. But what you do when you don't is what matters. What are you gonna do after the fact? What are you gonna do to get back up? Okay, and keep going and push forward. I always loved this quote by Dwayne Wade. I was a basketball player in college. It was, you fall down 8 times, but you get up 9. Or it was fall down 7, get up 8. I can't remember the exact, but you do, right? And that's what we do. We're human. We're gonna fall down. We're gonna fail. I'm gonna fail you, but we can get up together. We can rise together. And that's exactly why I love the name of this leadership contest is Rising Leaders, because guys, it's meant for people that are silver, senior silver, gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby to earn, because they want to rise you up to be in the top 3 of the 3% of this company. They want you to see what it's like to be treated like royalty. They want you to see what it's like to go on bougie trips, like a cruise that's paid for you and your husband, or you and your mom, or you and a guest. They want you to see what it feels like. They want you to be around the community. They're there. The CEOs are there. They're there to shake your hand. They're there to talk to you, all the things. So I'm just excited for these next 4 months. Write down the word growth, because we are going to have growth. Speak it into existence, because it's going to happen. Remember, what you focus on expands. Okay. I'm coming prepared. Motion sickness pills. Yes. Danny got sick. She spent a whole day in her room on the cruise last year. Yes, yes, yes. Leaders retreat is amazing if you've never been on one. Yep. And I will say this, leaders are born at events. Okay. If you earn this and you do not go, girlfriend, I'll be knocking on your door. Okay. Earn this. If you put in the work every single day, even if it's 30 minutes a day, guys, I am going to be the first one to tell you, you do not be on this phone or you're working your iPad or your computer all day, every day. If your family starts to say, mama, 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 or honey, 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 and you are not paying attention to them, it's time to close the things and it's time to be present. Okay. Take 2 days off, work 5, or maybe work 6 and take a day off, whatever it is for you, that depending on your growth, but whatever, each of us are going to be different in the time we spend in our schedule each week, but find something that works for you. Okay. But burnout is a thing. And you can burn yourself out, because when you're passionate about something and you love what you do, you want to do it all the time. And that's exactly what I love to do. I could do this all day, every day, and I could vomit and puke and poop rainbow, whatever that term is, plexus. Okay. But we've got to put it down sometimes. We've got to be present. And I would encourage you guys to do that too. I'm going to stop recording now.